So first, I'd like to introduce you, Debbie. I'm so happy that you've joined me today in this in Zoom for an Espresso Akashic Records session, because I would love for people to be able to find out what it feels like to have a session. They're quite different from the usual, aren't they? So
Yes,
Debbie,
they
would you
are.
like to just say what you do, explain to our viewers what your business is about?
Yes, thank you. First of all, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. My name is Debbie Barker, and I am the International Compassionate Healer. I offer remote Reiki/energy sessions to people all over the world. And Reiki is a Japanese technique that relaxes the body and the mind. I have seen people go from anxiety to peacefulness in an hour. I've helped people, they don't have their migraine medicine and the migraine is starting up, and I do a little bit of healing energy in the head, the migraine goes away. So I've just see it do wonderful things.
I love your title, by the way, as well, because the Compassionate International Healer. It's just so beautiful. Or International Compassionate Healer. I can't remember which way it goes. So you've come to me with a question to ask in your records.
Yes.
What is that question? Let me know.
I would like to know how I can meld with my business soul, the soul of my business, so I know effortlessly where I need to turn, what I need to do to reach the people that I can help.
Okay. So are we talking about connecting with the soul of your business? Yeah?
Yes.
It's actually really easy. I'm going to take you through a guided visualization so that you can do that. And I'm sure you'll do very well at this because you know energy, you know how connections. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, please, for now. And I'm going to call in the soul of your business. And I'm going to ask the soul of your business to literally appear in front of you energetically so that you have an idea what she looks like. She's got more of a feminine energy, I feel. And I'd like you to let me know if it's a blob, if there's a color, if there's a feel to it. Just share with me.
There's a feel, something's like sitting on my left shoulder, and it's right in here, the left part of my head and my shoulder.
Okay, so it's quite close to you, quite connected.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to have access to a business guide that can lead you, or do you want to be directly in connection to your business?
I'll do the business guide.
Okay. So I'm going to call in for you your main business guide. And the way you're going to find out who it is, and that's something that I do as a matter of routine with my clients to connect them with their business guides. We're going to go on a guided meditation, visualization. First of all, I want you to imagine that you have we're going to go through your solar plexus. So imagine that there's a door leading into your solar plexus energy, which is right underneath your rib cage. I know that you know that, but for my listeners, our listeners, I want to explain that a little bit. And imagine that when you enter your solar plexus, it's like a big room. And just notice what's in there. Walk through the room, and you'll notice that at the back of the room, there's another door that leads to a meadow. Now, I want you to open that door, obviously, get into the meadow, close the door behind you. You are barefoot and you're grounded in the grass. You have that refreshing feeling that comes from walking barefoot on there. It's a very soft grass as well, so it's a very pleasant feeling. And now what we're going to do, you're going to notice the Pegasus that's going to come near you. And I want you to get on the back of the Pegasus, and the Pegasus is going to take off. So tell me when you're ready, when you're on the Pegasus, when you can imagine being on the back, and when you feel stable enough to fly.
I'm ready.
Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to ask, I can see the Pegasus is taking off. It's flying up, up, up towards the sky, into the clouds, above the sky, above the clouds, sorry. And it's going to go into another realm, the higher realm, and it's going to land into a very similar meadow that you left, except it's on another plane, okay? So it's landing in that meadow. When you can see it, when you've landed, let me know.
I'm there.
Okay. So get down, and as you get down, you will notice that there's a path leading to a field of flowers. So you see this big field of flowers, and on the right-hand side, you'll see a bench. Let me know when you can see that.
I can see it.
Okay, so I want you to sit on that bench and just look at the distance, look at the horizon, because there's something, there's a light being, that is going to start to appear and walk on the path leading up to where you're sat. Okay, so I want you to observe what that person, it's going to be a person, because business guides are people who have walked the earth before. So I want you to notice as that person is walking towards you, if you start to distinguish their feature, maybe if they're male or female, what kind of clothes they're wearing. And that person is coming closer and closer and closer to you, and they're now standing in front of you.
Okay, this is a female. She has on a flowy skirt and a top, bare feet, and she looks very relaxed and comfortable.
Okay. So do you recognize her as someone that you know or not?
No.
No. Okay. Can you ask her what her name is?
Mary.
Okay. And can you ask her what kind of business she had when she walked the earth?
I think she's telling me she had a healing business of some sort.
Okay. All right. Do you want to ask her the modality or?
Well, I'm getting that she catered to women. She did healing on women. Something, I see her like massaging their feet. I don't know if it was reflexology, but she started with the feet.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Let's ask her how far in time, and I know the spirit world in time is not always that good, but what country and what epoch, what kind of era did she have that massage business for women?
I'm getting she was in India. 200 years.
Okay. Okay. And what would she like to bring to you in your business, and why does she want to work with you?
All I'm hearing is peacefulness, the word peacefulness.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about how business guides can help us in our business and how to work with them. I don't want you to open your eyes yet, because I'm going to bring you back from where you are at the moment. But for now, you're connecting to your guide. And I want you to acknowledge her and thank her for coming, and kind of show a bit your excitement about working with her into the future and how much she's going to help you.
Thank you, Mary, for being here and for guiding me. I'm just ecstatic.
She's very pleased to be with you right now. And what she's showing me is that she wants to be here to bring the clients in for you. She wants to go out into the world and inspire all the people who are meant to work with you to find you. So she's going to do half of the hard work. Like, all you need to do is show up on your videos, as you already do, do your posts, but she will be like the crowd gatherer. That's what she's using, the word crowd gatherer. Don't know if that's something that's relevant to her culture or something like that. I've never heard this word before, used this word before. And she's going to bring to you clients that have exactly the right kind of energy for your work, clients that are ready for what you do, which is really powerful, isn't it?
Yes, extremely.
But people have to be ready, otherwise they resist, and it's hard work when it shouldn't be. So she is showing me, though, that Because you work so fast with your clients, it's almost like you're constantly marketing, and that can be really, really tiring. Does that resonate with you?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Okay. So what she's saying is that she would like you to create some sort of course or membership so that you have like a baseline income, and then you can have one-to-one on top, but that you're not constantly having to market yourself to get new clients in, so that they can learn to do things for themselves, but that they will like stay with you for 6 months to a year, because you'll teach them, because it takes quite a long time to actually learn to do that stuff yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like she's showing me or she's saying like teaching them to fish rather than serving the fish.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So how do you resonate with that?
Well, I understand what she's saying. I just don't, I mean, I know I do Reiki attunements, and that empowers them to go out, have their own business kind of thing. I don't know what I could offer people remotely.
Well, I think that it would be more like a sort of healing circle that would happen at least once a month, that people would subscribe to, where they can come with their issues and talk about what's happening, and you could share tools and maybe stories and reflect back to them, but as a collective. I see a collective of women. And I think we've talked about this before, haven't we?
Yes.
Having a circle. So there's so much to learn about healing, though, even if it's for their own sake or for their own life or for their loved ones, and not necessarily to get into business. Everybody can benefit from learning how to heal themselves. So I think that's the direction it's going into.
Well, I like that. That feels good.
Yeah, it's like you have one-to-one session with these women where you come in almost like I'm being shown like the firefighter, because they've come to a point where it's kind of critical and they need that bit of help. But then you want to have something that can come into place after you've resolved the crisis, so that they can avoid more crisis and that they can actually work themselves to wellness. And I can see you bringing in elements of nutrition and healthy living and all sorts of things, as well as the healing, the energetic side of things. How does that feel?
That feels good.
So it wouldn't be like you have to decide that program. It's more like a circle, and you can address things when people come with their own things as they come. And it's going to be something that grows organically, if that makes any sense. Not the promotion of the circle, but what happens in the circle.
Right. That would make sense, because whatever they're dealing with would be different every time we meet.
Exactly. And the spirit of the circle is that everybody comes as a peer, and you don't come as like the expert and then, the clients. It's more like it's sharing and supporting each other. And they also have things to bring to the table. So it's very nourishing for the entire group. It's like a peer-based. And because I know that you want to specialize as well in healers, or I think that's something you envisage at some point, you might have two specialist circles, one for clients who are not healers, and then one for actually healers, where you could take them to the next level.
That makes sense, because one of the healers that I work on, she tells me every time that we're done a session, she gets ideas during the session on what she can do with her clients.
Yeah, so I feel that there's these two different almost like ideal clients. I don't want to say as clearly, but that come from a different perspective, but that would get just as much from your circle. And I think the circle for healers is almost like a supervision circle as well. And to make sure that you clear their energy of anything that might have attached to them, because they might not all have as good boundaries as you do. And so it would be very beneficial for all of you.
That would be. I like the feel of that one.
Good. So you can start one or the other, or you can do them both at the same time. But what I'm seeing is to start fairly quickly so that you have a chance to build that base income that will enable you then to be more relaxed about the top-up income, so almost, that will come in with the single sessions or with VIP packages.
Okay.
Okay. And that's the 15 minutes. So I'm going to bring you back from the visualization. We're going to thank Mary. It was Mary, wasn't it? I'm very
Yeah, it was Mary.
Thank Mary for her time and her suggestions. And this is why she was talking about crowds, just because it's a group thing. Now I know, the crowd gatherer. I'm going to ask you to, or she's leaving now. You've thanked her. She's walking back into the distance, and I want you to find the Pegasus. That's on the field to your left. When you leave the field of flowers, climb on the back. Let me know when you're on the back of the Pegasus.
I'm there.
And we're going to go down, 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 all the way down, back to the first meadow. And then we're going to get into your solar plexus area, back into your body. And now we're going to ground this energy down, down, all the way into the earth. And when you're ready, I want you to wiggle your fingers and your toes and open your eyes.
That was fantastic. Thank you.
You're so welcome.